I think he's slipping you.
Hey, got your little game of Scrabble going there?
Yeah.
Billy, are you enjoying the Scrabble? It looks like it's putting you to sleep.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there.
Well, I've got a new program here at our center called Pickleball.
What's that?
You never heard of Pickleball? It's a brand new game. Well, have you ever heard of tennis? Have you ever heard of ping pong? Okay, it's sort of like a combination of both. If y'all don't mind leaving the game, I can take you outside right now and learn how to play it.
All right,
All right, well, come on.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, Brent, we're here on the court to play pickleball. What do we need to play pickleball?
Well, you know, you got to have a racket or a paddle, and these are some of the nicer ones here, but you can use the inexpensive wooden paddles, and you got to have a pickleball, and you need to be dressed pretty comfortably as if you were playing tennis.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, let's try it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, Brent, looks like we're standing on the tennis court. Is that right?
Yes, sir, we sure are.
No.
If you'll notice, these blue contrasting lines have been drawn for pickleball. A pickleball court is 20 by 44, and you'll notice up there the line that runs parallel with the net, that's the no volley line, and of course this line back here is the out of bounds line on the back, and you got your out of bounds lines on the sides. It's very much like tennis, it's just a much smaller court.
Brent, what is the no volley zone?
The no volley line is that line that runs parallel to the net. It's 7 feet from the line to the net on either side, and what that means is once you begin play, there'll be a time where you'll want to hit the ball on the fly as it comes over, but you must be behind that no volley line when you do that. You can go into that line, into that zone, when the ball bounces in there. Otherwise, you need to stay behind it.
This is almost just like playing tennis.
Very much like tennis.
Let's go.
Okay?
Let's try it.
All right. All right. Try a serve, Billy.
Okay.
Well, Billy, that's a great serve for tennis, but the thing about pickleball is the serve must be underhanded. Now, after you get to playing, you can hit it any way you want to, but the serve must be underhanded. Okay, so Billy, ready to play a game?
Let's try it.
Okay, everybody, I need 2 people on that side and 1 more right here, and we'll play us a game. Billy, we'll start off with the serve.
Okay.
Remember, you've got to be behind this blue line. You cannot be past that corner right there.
Okay.
So you got to be over this way. You can come as far as right here. When you serve, it must be underhanded, and it has got to land in that blue square where Tommy is.
Okay.
It cannot hit the front line of that blue line, but it can hit the back line or the out of bounds line on the sides. It just cannot hit that front line of the no volley zone.
All right.
All right,
Wanna
try
try
it
it?
out. Coming to you, Tommy.
Okay.
It's got to bounce 2 times. It's a 2 bounce rule. So the first bounce will be on your opponent's side. When they return it, it's going to bounce on your side, and that will be the second bounce. You must let it bounce before you hit it back.
Okay.
So keeping in mind, your opponent is going to be coming up and is going to be ready to hit it on the fly.
Gotcha.
So remember that.
All right.
Okay, serve it up.
All right, here we go.
All right, that was a good try. It landed in the no volley zone.
It can't fall in that square. It has to fall in the square behind it.
That's right. It's got to fall within this blue line here. All right. Unfortunately, you guys lost that point. Now the service is to your opponent.
Right.
Tommy will be serving to Brenda. The score is 0 for the server side, 1 for your side, and then 1 as the first server, Tommy. Tommy's serving to Billy. Good shot. Good, Tommy. Oh, good, Joyce. Good, Joyce. All right, 9-3-2 Sanders serve.
Explain the scoring again a little bit.
Okay, you can only score when you're serving. When you serve it up and your opponent has a fault, then that'll be a point for you. Once you have scored that point, the servers rotate. So you had served over there, and then you come over here, and then you serve to the other opponent. If you're not serving, you can't score a point, unless it's the very beginning of the game. That's why they say 0-0 start, because when you start the game, you only have 1 server serve on this side, and then once there's a fault and it goes over to the other side, then they start the 2 server rotation. Oh, it's going to make it.
Oh, it's in.
Good shot. Good.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Is there a difference to play pickleball indoors than outdoors?
I'm glad you asked that. I prefer indoor play. There's a lot of people like Brenda that like outdoor play, but you have to deal with the wind and you have to deal with the sun and the weather. Indoor play, you don't have to deal with that. You know, we have climate control in our center. The only problem is when we play indoors, we have a low ceiling that's anywhere from 12 to 14 feet high. Now, if you're fortunate enough to play at a pickleball center in a gym, which has a high ceiling, that's about your ultimate place to play there.
So pickleball can be played year-round.
It can, as long as it's good weather, and it doesn't have to be on a tennis court. If you have your own pickleball net, like I do at my home, I've actually got a court in my driveway. As long as you've got a 44 by 20 foot dedicated space with enough boundaries on the out of bounds to allow freedom of movement, then you can play anywhere.
If someone is interested in wanting to learn to play pickleball or play pickleball, what would he need to do?
Well, they could contact our center. It's the Georgia Taylor Center, 650-7695. I'm Brent Russell. I would be glad to talk with anybody that's interested in playing, whether they're a beginner or if they're a seasoned player. We have times on all 4 days that we offer it here that we devote to beginners and that we devote to more of the intermediates. So all they have to do is call me and I'll be glad to bring them in.